was saying, I don't care who's in the White House, whether you're black, white, Mexican, it doesn't matter. Don't matter. If you got some good policies, you belong in the White House.
It's like,
Anyway, I'd like to give you some pushback. First
yeah,
of
go
all, I'd
ahead,
like to
man.
know your age. How old are you?
18.
18. So your frontal lobe is not completely developed. That explains a lot. But anyway, J6. You were talking about J6 as
Okay,
a
so what
coup.
specifically does it explain?
What does that explain? That you can't make decisions. Like
I'm
literally, you
deciding to flip
or
you off right now. I just made a decision, so can I make decisions?
no,
Oh wow.
that's not what
Okay.
I'm
Well, I
talking
guess I
about.
can't.
But
Wait,
sure.
I can make the decision to kick you off this live. I can't. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, you can, but
Okay, so
that
I can
would
make
be
decisions. So like, okay,
that's
specifically,
not
like,
what
how do you think
you
my
know
frontal?
exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, no,
You know
I
exactly
understand
what I'm
your
talking
point.
about.
You're trying to say that, oh, my frontal lobe is like not fully developed, so therefore I'm not gonna have like as
You're
good of political
easily
beliefs as somebody whose
manipulated.
frontal lobe
You're
is.
easily
But I think
manipulated, just like
I think the problem is nobody can ever tell me specifically exactly on what point my frontal lobe not being fully developed somehow affected.
you're easily manipulated. Like for
How?
example, your colon J6 a
Like, what have I been easily manipulated on?
I just I just gave you an example about J6.
J6. Okay.
Okay,
Can I wait? I just
was
want to show. Wait.
J6
Can
an
I show you something real
insurrection?
quick? Can I show you something real quick?
Sure.
Okay. I think this is relevant. I think this might help all of us here. Right. I think this is an important conversation we all need to have at some point because this is a pervasive problem when it comes to online spaces.
Yeah, I have a series of questions I'm going to ask you to expose your hypocrisy about
Okay, so
J6, but
do you see this? This is my
yeah,
own personal research document. It's about
okay.
18 pages long that I've done just on the fake electors when it relates to J6.
Okay.
I've read the law. I cited specific laws here. I've looked. These are
But
the actual certificates of ascertainment. I found them.
mhm,
These are the
mhm,
actual fake electors. I
okay.
found them. So I want to be
And
clear.
you
When you
don't
say
think
I'm
any of
easily,
that can be
do you think
doctored?
that somebody, do you think somebody who's easily manipulated is going to take the time to do research and then compile it into a doc so they can have a good
You,
understanding and make a final decision on it?
a 6 year old could do the same thing. Does that make them qualified into sharing
I just no,
information
but
that they
you
may
were
have gotten?
citing an example of me being easily manipulated with a specific
Yeah.
subject. And I'm asking
This
you, do
doesn't
you?
prove
No, no,
that you're
no.
not easily
You didn't.
manipulated.
Sorry,
This
right.
is
You didn't actually answer my question. Right. You actually completely avoided it. Do you think somebody who's easily manipulated is going to take the time to do research, compile that research into a document so that they can
it depends
understand the
on if it's
situation
accurate research.
so they understand the situation and come to a well informed conclusion on that?
It depends on if it's accurate information. Where did you get your sources from?
My sources are from the government itself, so you'll
Like
specific
what? Like, share some.
easy.
I got some
So
sources from the government too.
here. So these specific electors, if we can scroll to the bottom, these are from the National Archives themselves. Right here. Anybody can go see. This is from the National Archives. All these electors, all the certificates from the National
Okay.
Archives. These specific
Okay.
law I'm citing. Sure.
But I can't see any of the context. So
You should.
why don't you read some?
Is from the government itself. So if you're asking if the information is accurate, I can tell you it is. It's from the government. Yes.
Well, look at certain aspects of what happened on J6. You
That's
think it's an
fine. I just want to
insurrection.
ask you, like in general,
You're
somebody who
not letting
takes
me
no,
get
no, no,
on
no.
with my
Sorry, just
monologue, man.
let me ask a question. In general, somebody who takes the time to do research and then compile that research, are they generally easily manipulated, or is someone like that more likely to be someone who takes
You're
time to do
trying to
research
prove
to come to an
something, and
informed conclusion?
you're going
Huh?
about it in the wrong way. You're going about it
Can
in
you
the
ask
wrong
that?
way.
Wait, can you answer that question? In general,
Well,
which
I'll
okay,
answer your
I'm gonna
question
ask.
with
In
another
general,
question.
so in
I'll
general,
answer your
somebody. Sorry,
question
I'm
with
gonna ask
another
you.
question.
In general, somebody who takes time to do research and then compile that research into documents, are they generally more likely to be easily manipulated, or somebody who makes sure to
It
take
depends
time
on where you
to
get your
my
sources. Just
sources are
because
from
you
the
showed me
National
something,
Archives and from the
all of
act and
them,
from the actual government. So
all of
I
them,
think
all of them,
we already proved that. But once again,
all of them,
can you answer the question because you are still avoiding it?
all
Somebody,
of them.
huh?
All of the sources are from the government. All of your sources that you wrote that is from the government.
Yes, they're either
Or
from
is
the
any
Jack
of it
Smith indictment. They're from
is
the
any
national.
of it opinionated
They're
based?
either from the Jack Smith indictment, the National Archives, um, the Congressional budget report, or they're from what would you call like this? Yeah,
Now, how does this
government.info.
prove that J6 was an insurrection, though?
I don't think it was an insurrection. I think it was a soft coup.
Okay, so let's look at it.
But once again, I'm gonna ask you.
Oh my god.
Somebody who generally takes the time, right? to compile research, right, into a document, and then like draw
That doesn't
conclusions from that
prove that you're
and draw conclusions
not
from research
easily
using
manipulated.
using trustworthy sources. Is that more of an indication that they are easily manipulated, or somebody who takes time to come up to conclusions?
Well, you're taking time to look at narratives.
Okay, can you answer the
I'll
question?
agree that.
Can you answer the
I just
question?
did.
I'm not
I
asking
just
about
did.
me
It might have been a
specifically.
sorry
I'm
ass
asking. I'm
answer,
not
but
asking about me specifically. I'm asking in general. So in general, somebody who does this, are they more? Is it more likely of an indication that they're easily manipulated, or is it more likely of an indication that there's somebody who takes time to
I come
actually come to
across a
decent
lot
conclusions?
of lefties that
Can you answer the
constantly do
question?
their research.
Can you
Yeah, I'm
answer the
answering it
question?
right now. I'm answering it. I come
That's
across a
dot.
bunch
Okay,
of
go
people
ahead.
who do research, but they get it from poor sources like
Okay, but you've seen my
ABC,
sources, so you know the
NBC.
sources are accurate. So that's dodge
No,
number
no, no,
one.
they're not.
Okay, so
Look,
dodge.
look,
Okay,
look.
so we're gonna go. So answer the question. So do you think that somebody who takes time to
Look,
find
you're pushing. You're
that's dodge
pushing
number one.
something
Okay,
that
so I'm
doesn't
gonna
really.
ask the question again
I
because we already know the sources I'm using are accurate, right? So
no, no,
number
no, no.
one.
They're not. They're not. They're not.
Wait, so
Because
using the
you
National
haven't
Archives is
addressed it.
inaccurate?
You haven't addressed anything that I wanted to talk about. You want to talk about something ridiculous, man.
No,
Like
because
seriously.
Sorry, I just want to be clear. Your own example is, oh, you're
You
easily
got
manipulating this, and then
upset
I bring
because
up
I made a
credible
fact about
research
your frontal
with
lobe.
credible
You're
sources,
mad.
and then your own thing is like, oh, well, the
Do you
sources are
know?
only
Do you
are
know when
only narratives. You
your
don't even know
frontal
like
lobe is
what the
fully
sources are
developed?
on, dude.
Do you
Well,
know
actually,
when your
I
frontal lobe's
pointed them
fully,
out,
fully
but
developed?
huh?
Why do you think that you're not allowed to drink until you're 21?
Why do you think you're not allowed to drink till you're 21? Because people generally
Yeah.
make bad
What do you
decisions when
think?
it comes to drinking. Yeah.
Exactly. And it does not. It doesn't go well when you give someone a substance that already is
Okay.
not capable of thinking for themselves. I
So
mean,
I'm
sure, you
gonna.
could think on
That's also
small
not true.
terms, but that's
So
not what it
I
does.
hopefully
We're
I
going
answered your question.
down.
So
We're going down. We're going down a
hopefully
completely
you can
different.
answer my question. So somebody who takes the time to do research
How about
using
answering
accurate
my
sources
question?
and they
I'll
compile
answer
that
any
research
of your
into a
questions when
document,
you start
are they
answering
more
mine.
likely? Is that more likely of an
Dude,
indication
calm
that they
down,
are
calm
easily
down, calm
manipulated,
down.
or somebody who makes sure to take,
Yeah, you are.
or
You are,
somebody?
and I can make an argument that proves that about
Okay.
J6. You're saying that it's a soft coup, but what about all the suspicious
Wait.
activity?
No. I want you to answer the question because you still
No, you
haven't
don't want me
answered
to
it.
go. You don't want me going into a point that proves you wrong about the
No,
soft
I
coup.
want you to answer the
That's
question.
exactly
I
what
know.
it is.
I know. I seriously no.
Answer the question.
No. I'm
How about
perfectly fine to argue it.
I answer your
I
question.
want you.
I don't
No,
know.
I want you.
I don't know.
This
There's
is
your
dodge
answer.
number
So
three.
let's move
So this
on.
is dodge
Let's move
number
on.
three.
Let's move
Okay.
on.
So please answer the question. Right. Somebody who takes the time using accurate sources to compile information to then come to the conclusion, are they more likely to that someone who is easily manipulated, or somebody who makes sure to take
Someone
time
doing
to come to
research,
conclusions?
someone doing research, whether it be accurate or not, doesn't prove that you're
I
not
said
easily
what's I
manipulated.
said indication. I said, is it more of an indication that they're easily
Well,
manipulated?
it's definitely a plus that you're doing research, but it
Oh,
depends on
okay.
where
So
you're
it's
getting
okay.
your
So
sources.
I just want to clear. Even by your own standard, this research and like what I've actually done to come to my conclusions is more of an indicator that I'm not
Well,
easily
here's
manipulated,
another thing.
specifically
Here's
on your
another thing.
point, than
I
it
can't
isn't.
accurately.
And by the way, you
I
haven't
can't
heard any of
accurately
my
answer
arguments, so
you
I don't know
until
why
you
you would
send me
even
all
say
your
specifically the
information.
J6 thing.
Can you send me all your information so I can
Yeah. Okay.
actually
So let's go into
review?
the J. So let's go into the J6 thing. So I'll just make my positive claim, and then you can like refute it. So
Okay.
my thing is that Donald Trump and his team of lawyers, specifically Sidney Powell, Kenneth Chesebro, Rudy Giuliani, and John Eastman. They all cooked up a plan that which we can read in the Eastman memo to make fake electors in the 7 major swing states during the 2020 election. Send those fake electors in on January 6th to have Mike Pence unilaterally throw out real electoral votes for the fake electors. That's my argument.
Uh-huh.
And that not only violated a multitude of state laws, which like people like Kenneth Chesebro and Sidney Powell have pled guilty to in Georgia, but also violated federal law, specifically when it came to the ECA.
Okay, so what about this new evidence that is coming up that there's been FBI plants at J6? What do you
So
think of
I'm
that?
not talking about. I just want to be clear. I really don't give a fuck about the riots themselves. This is only regarding the fake electors. I only need to prove the fake electors to prove
You're setting up a narrative, and that's what you're
No,
sticking
no.
on.
Once again, my positive claim had nothing to do with the riots that happened in J6. The only thing I'm talking about is the plot that Donald Trump and his lawyers cooked up to make fake electors, which they did in all 7 swing states, and we're gonna have Mike Pence use those to unilaterally use throw out the real electors for fake ones, which is detailed in the Eastman memo. Oh,
So
and then
if
we
that were
actually
the
have to figure it
case,
themselves.
why did he say go down to the Capitol, make your voices heard?
Once again, I'm not talking. You're dodging the point. I'm not talking about the riots. I don't give a fuck about those.
You're
That's not
dodging
the point I'm
my
making.
you're dodging my evidence to prove that it's bullshit. You're
No,
saying a
because
soft
the
coup.
reason. Sorry, there's a
And
reason
then
I said
here's
soft
another
coup,
thing.
not
Here's
insurrection.
another thing. Here's another thing. Why the selective outrage?
Wait.
for
Do you know what a
J6?
soft coup is?
Yes. Why is
You understand a soft coup doesn't have to involve violence,
Why
right?
is the selective outrage for J6 when we don't talk about the
You
White
know
House
this.
being
Oh wait,
attacked?
you're avoiding
May
the point. The
2020.
point I'm making is about a soft coup
What about
happening. It has
disrupt
nothing to do with
J20?
actual
What about
violence. It has to do with
disrupt
illegal
J20?
acts. Sorry, it has to do with illegal
What
acts.
about the
that Donald,
insurrection that's happening
sorry, it has
in
to do
our
with
country
illegal
right
acts that
now?
Donald Trump and his
You
team of
cannot
lawyers
answer
did
any
to try and do a
questions, but
soft
you
coup.
expect
I
me
made
to
a
answer
positive
yours.
claim about why I thought there was a soft
You
coup,
didn't.
and instead
You
of addressing
didn't.
any
You
of the
didn't.
points I made, you pivoted
didn't.
onto the fucking
You didn't.
riots,
You
which I
didn't.
never brought
You
up
didn't.
because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
you
actually
didn't.
address
You
anything I'm
didn't.
saying.
You didn't.
Can you engage?
You didn't.
Can
Yeah,
you
I'm
engage?
engaging right now.
Can you
But
engage?
you cannot answer one of my questions. You changed. You're literally moving the goalposts. So you're
Can you
first you're
engage?
saying it's a coup,
I'm
and then
not.
you're sticking like this is. Do you understand? I debated Harry Sisson on this very
I
subject.
don't care
Like
who
this,
the fuck you've
this
debated,
is
dude.
ridiculous. This is why you only have 34
I debated
people
my
in the room
mom,
because you
your
don't
mom
know
last night,
exactly
if
what
we
you're
should do
talking about.
fucking doggy
You're a
style,
child. You're
or
a
if we should,
child. You're a child.
do more
You're a child. You're a
missionary,
child.
okay?
You're a child.
Can you address any of the points I made originally?
Can you answer any of my questions?
No, I
Here,
made a
let me give you
positive
another
claim.
one.
You said you're going to
Let me give
debunk
you
me on this
let me give
specifically.
you another one. Let me give you another one.
I'm not going to answer
Can
your
you-
questions if they're not relevant.
Exactly. You haven't answered one of my questions. That's what I'm saying.
Why would
You
I?
expect
Wait.
me to
I
answer
just
your
wait. I
question.
just want to. Sorry. I just want to be clear. When I say, "Hey, I think there was a soft coup in January 6th. This is why. It has nothing to do with the riots," and then you say, "Oh, but the riots," and I'm like, "Okay, that question isn't relevant because none of
I'm
my
not
points
talking about
are
no
derived
riots.
from the
I'm not
riots."
talking
Of
about
course,
riots.
I'm not going to
talking
answer that
about
question.
certain aspects
It's
of
irrelevant.
what happened there.
Huh?
But why the selective outrage? Why always constantly talking about this? But there are things that happened worse in the past. Like,
Wait, you said you wanted to talk about the J6 like soft coup
I'm
argument
still
I was
talking
making.
about
Why
J6,
you?
but
Why are you
still,
move? Why are you
we're
running
doing
away
a
on this
comparison.
point?
You don't want to do a comparison because you know.
Why
Both
no? Why are you
parties
running?
done
Wait.
way
You
worse.
literally said. I just want to be clear. You said you're going to prove me to be manipulated on the J6 stuff. I've given my argument,
never
and
said anything about proving
addressing any of the points I made, you
I made a
pivoted onto.
statement.
Wait.
I
I
made
just
a
want to be clear.
statement.
You
That's all I
pivoted
did. I
onto the.
never said
Wait. Give me a
anything
sec.
about proving.
Give me a sec. You pivoted onto the riots, and we said, well, the riots aren't relevant to point making, so I have no need to answer your questions. You then said, well, I need to do this because I want to make a comparison. So why are you running away from the point that I originally made? You said you wanted to debate that.
No,
You've literally no. I just want to clear the audience. This guy has no ability to engage with any of the points I've made about the fake electors specifically. He can't.
You haven't answered one of my questions. You moved the goalpost. We were talking about the riots, and then you moved it into.
That's
this
not true.
electric
No.
bullshit.
I want to be very clear. My original thing was that one, I said he did a soft coup. Two,
You know
the
I'm
reason I
gonna
think
get
he
a
did a
copy
soft
of this
coup.
video after we-
The reason he did a soft coup is because of the fake electors, and then the plot to have Mike
there
Pence
are
unilaterally
things
throw
during
real
the
electoral
riot
votes
that
for
proves
fake
that
ones. I
wrong.
never mentioned the riots. You asked me a question
but
about
there are
afterwards.
things that the riot
Afterwards
proves
you asked
that
me a
that
question
nonsense is
specifically regarding
completely
the
untrue.
FBI implants being in the crowd, and then
What
I
about
said
the J
none of my
selective
points had to do with
community?
the riots themselves.
What about the J selective community that they basically withheld information that Trump offered 10,000 National Guard troops?
I don't. Once again, the committee.
You don't
I
wanna
think
talk
was. I
about
think
that.
the
See,
committee
that's
was
what I'm saying. You're
problematic.
avoiding-
But
you're
once again, the
deflecting
National
every
Guard has
kind of
nothing to do with the
point that I
point I'm
can make
making.
up.
The National Guard
What
has nothing to do
was
with the point
worse?
I'm making.
What was worse? What was worse?
The national.
J6
You're avoiding.
or the
You're avoiding the
BLM riots?
point. You literally said you wanted to
Exactly. You
debate
can't-
me on this, and
you
you're
can't
running
even
away.
address anything I
What
come
a fucking
back
pussy.
with, like, literally.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to debate me with the point. I made a
someone's
positive
getting
claim you don't want to
mad.
debate me on
Someone's
it.
getting mad.
Well,
This
I'm
is
gonna
why
give you. This is
telling
your
you,
last
you
chance to
can't even
engage before I move
control
on,
your
because you're
anger.
actually
This is
wasting
what I
my
was talking
time.
about earlier. You just proved my point.
You're wasting
You
my
can't even control
time.
your anger. You can't, dude. You have 25 people in here. You have no time.
No, there's 300 people
You can't
watching.
even
And
control
first of all,
your
there's
own
there's 300
emotions.
people watching on
You can't
YouTube.
even
First of
control
all,
your own emotions.
there's 300 people watching YouTube. First of all, so okay. But second of all,
Uh-huh.
once again, you're wasting my time, dude. Right? You're actually being super dishonest right now, and you're completely wasting my time. You're making the
have I
conversation
insulted
super
you?
unserious and disrespectful. You can either address the
Have I-
points that are originally made,
Have
or
I
you can,
insulted
or I'm
you?
going to kick you off live. So this is your last chance to
Oh
address
yeah,
any of the
you
points I
want to
made.
kick me off because you know you're losing this, man.
Go ahead. You can address any of the points I made, or I'm just going to kick you off the live, dude.
What? Answer one of my questions and I'll answer.
I made the points, and you didn't, and your questions are
You
relevant
haven't.
to the points
You
I made.
haven't. You haven't
So I'm not
answered
going to
one
answer
of my
them. I have
questions.
no need to.
Exactly, because you don't want to, because you know exactly what.
No, because they're irrelevant to the points I'm making. That's why.
No, they're not. They're not.
Okay,
You're
wait,
sticking
wait.
with the
Tell me,
narrative.
wait. Okay, so wait. Tell me how the riots are specifically relevant to the fake electors.
Because it disproves that it's not a coup. Now, if you really look at the suspicious
What did I
activity
say?
during
Okay,
like
wait,
the ghost,
wait. Can you?
the
What's the
the ghost
definition of a
lawsuit,
soft coup? Just real quick.
you tell me.
The definition of a soft coup is generally when somebody does illegal acts to get into to get into power in like a given government or system without the need for violence.
But the problem is
So-
the riot, it kind of destroys that narrative because you don't think there was some suspicious activity happening there, like literally that they did that J6
Even if there
thing,
was
all of
suspicious
it,
activity happening in
to
the
make
riots,
him not
that
be
doesn't
able
wait.
to
I just want to
elect-
clear.
get elected.
I just want to clear. Even if your entire narrative is true, that the FBI was there and it
Narrative?
was really the FBI who coordinated this huge fucking like the riots that were happening at the Capitol, that doesn't negate the fact that John Eastman and Trump's lawyers still illegally made fake electors and is still illegally plotted to have Mike Pence unilaterally throw out real electors for the fake ones. Even if your narrative is true about the riots.
Yeah, it does.
How?
Completely, because why does all these suspicious activity happen throughout the entire event, and you want to focus on these fake electors that we've already
Because
proven
that's the
disproven this
actual.
bullshit.
Because that's the bad part they did. I don't care about the riots. That is the actual.
You
part
don't care
that's-
about the riots, obviously.
No, they're super relevant to the point I'm making.
But you know, if you really look at it too, majority of
I'm saying
the
suspicious
majority
during
of-
activity during the
majority
riots
of that
doesn't
crowd
negate the
didn't
fact
even
that
riot.
they still did all
Majority of
these
that
fake
crowd
elector
didn't
stuff. You
even
still
riot.
have you failed to demonstrate why, even if there
You-
was
you
the
have
FBI
failed to
opportunity,
answer
why this
one
would be
of my
relevant at
questions.
all to
I've
the
already
fake
told you.
electors.
I've already told you multiple times that you have no way to explain anything I'm talking about. Then you go
Because
into
it's
explaining-
irrelevant
then
to
you
the
go
point of
into
because
attacking
to
me
prove my
personally.
point
You go into
that Trump
attacking me
committed a soft
personally,
coup, tried to
which
commit a
proves
soft
my
coup
point that you have
to
no
prove my
self-control.
okay.
You
To
have
prove
no
my point that
self-control.
Trump committed a soft coup on January 6th, I don't need to talk about the riots. It's irrelevant.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it
it is. I
relevant.
only need
It
to
is
prove that
relevant.
he did
That
that
entire
he and his
thing
gaggle of
is
lawyers did
relevant.
illegal acts to try and make himself in power. I don't need to talk about the riots themselves.
Oh, you do, because you won't
No,
admit.
the definition of
you
a
won't
soft
admit
coup
that
is
there was some
literally
suspicious-
omits
Could
violence.
it be possible
That's
that
why
this
it's called a
fake-
soft
this
coup,
fake shit that was
dumbass.
happening during the riots also correlates to what you're talking about? Could
How?
those fake electors be doctored, basically? Could it be doctored? Could any of this nonsense? Because we've already disproven this multiple times.
Wait, then why did
You're
Kenneth
sticking with this
Cheeseburger?
narrative
Wait, why did
that
Kenneth
Harry
Cheeseburger and Sidney
Sisson
Powell
loves to
plead
talk
guilty in
about,
Georgia
but
to
you
it?
guys refuse to
Wait,
talk
if
about
it was
any
Doctor,
other-
why?
any
Wait,
other
if it
aspect
was
that happened
Doctor,
during
wait, let
J6.
me ask. If it was
You
Doctor,
refuse
why did
to
Kenneth
talk
Cheeseburger
about
and Sidney
any other
Powell plead
aspect.
guilty in Georgia to it?
You refuse to talk about any.
Wait, can you answer that
any
question?
Other aspect. Can you answer any of my questions?
Can you? I have answered your question. So can you answer
You
mine?
haven't.
Why
You
did
haven't.
Why did Kenneth Cheeseburger and Sidney Powell
What
plead
question
guilty
did
for
you
this
answer?
doctor?
What question did you answer of mine?
I answered a specific question about the riots.
No, you didn't. You didn't answer any.
Okay.
Okay,
so
here's another question. You answer
You're
this one, I'll answer yours.
Okay.
Which was worse? The BLM riot?
You can stop wasting my time. Like I literally I don't even know how many times I said fake electors, not talking about riots. Riots, comparison. Like an inability to engage on any point I've ever made in the entire conversation. Trump sucks. The sucking. Yep, he's gay. You have no case. You made no point, child. Lol, this guy's a waste of time. GG. Yeah, I did kick him. It's actually insane. I don't. That was like the worst conversation when it comes to J6 that I think I've ever had with somebody. I'm like, holy shit. Talk about like not addressing points.
What's up?
My God, that was so frustrating.
Whatever.
Were you there for any of that conversation?
No, I just got here.
Oh, why do you always just get here?
Just refilling my medicine.
Okay. What's up, Purple?
Oh,
Why can't you control your emotions, Greg?
I know, right? I'm an angry blackie.
That's
okay.
so true.
You get put up here. It's crazy.
Dude, I was talking about the fake electors, and I was like, okay, it's a soft coup. I don't need to talk about the riots.
What
And
about
he's
the
like,
riot?
No, you do. And I was like, no, I don't. Not to prove the point I was making. And he said, I'm not addressing any of your
BLM was literally
questions. I
worse.
pointed out multiple times how they're super irrelevant to what I'm talking about. And he's just like, still just couldn't like whatsoever engage with the point I was making. You just go back to the riots and say I had to address
Okay,
them. when I
can we
didn't
move
need to.
on? From
Yeah, the point
that
was
guy
that
because
he was gonna say
that guy's
BLM was
kinda,
worse than.
brain dead in a way.
That's what he was trying to, the point he was trying to make. But I didn't care about that. That was not the point I was trying to prove. And so he's really mad. I wasn't like squeezing straight into his narrative. But whatever. I don't have time to talk about these idiots. Suvin Moon, what's up, man? Agent said you vote for him.
I agree with that. No, what he just said about selective outrage, I agree with that. Yeah, see, Democrats and Republicans about selective outrage.
True. Do you think that Donald Trump hates free speech?
Except
That was actually, he was trying to debate rate me. I just realized that. Oh, say it. I said the actual word. I meant grape. Love TikTok shop.
It's
We love
okay.
TikTok shop. Huh?
Charlie Kirk is a hero.
Charlie is a hero. He saved the world.
He's trolling. He's trolling.
Posed Scratchy.
He's trolling.
Suvin Moon, do you think Trump hates free speech? Moon.
Oh, so me? Yeah, no. See, I don't really have opinions on this. Well, I do have opinions, but I kind of hide those and mask those. I really have just facts.
Okay, so what are your
He
opinions?
definitely has infringed upon he's infringed upon free speech. Sorry, I'm a little drunk. He definitely has infringed upon free speech. Like literally, if you look at the Constitution, he has literally gone against it. Like in many ways. Like recently, especially. But that's my opinion. Yeah.
If I was rage baiting, I succeeded.
In fact, if you guys use ChatGPT, you can ask it if Trump has or his administration has infringed upon any rights in his term, and it will show you all the court cases. It'll show you all the documentation. It'll show you all the litigation that's happening currently, actually. Not just with ICE, by the way. He just tried to fire 4,000 federal workers and failed.
Yeah. Wait, he was rage baiting me? Are you serious? Fuck you. God damn. People actually wasting my time up here. My God, I fucking hate people.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
and
what
hold
do you
on,
believe
hold on.
us prove
I can say
accomplished
this.
with your
Trump
debate?
is a
You're only
convicted
asking,
rapist.
Are you attempting to educate or belittle? I think educating through belittling could be fun. I think that's good.
Yeah, Trump is a convicted rapist.
when you can concisely make your point, but at the same time make it entertaining for the audience. It keeps people here, but also make sure that they're listening to the actual substance that you're like trying to put out.
You guys do realize that the only time that people that do support Trump are going to turn on him is when it actually affects their lives. The soybean farmers, a lot of them that voted for him, now don't like him anymore because we can't sell to China. And so now they're bankrupting. And so now they don't like Trump. So these people will not turn on him until it actually affects them personally.
It literally will not happen until people are in cuffs for what they believe in. I'm not even gonna lie. Until people act.
I'm just gonna drop. Nothing against you, dude. I'm just trying to keep friendlies limited, but things are coming up and giving your opinion. You too. Same message. Wait, let's try this. Let's try this one. Let's try this one more time.
Again, bro.
Let's try this one more time.
Oh, this is gonna
Dude,
be.
this guy sucks. Why?
But first of all, I wasn't here to rage bait, but you said I was, and if that was the case, you you totally fell for it.
So
This guy was talking about what he was talking about before. No, our farmers still support Trump because he's going to subsidize the tariff money to them. So come on, man. Like, do you guys ever even talk about anything relevant? Like this child, he got mad because I actually spoke about something
is scientifically proven. And then you prove it by insulting me. I didn't insult you. It doesn't make any sense. Come on, man. Like, you gonna say anything? You seem really
Yeah, no,
upset,
I think
man.
it's yeah. Sorry, I just
Like, I don't
when
understand
somebody
why
I think sorry
internet
I
warriors
just
like
it's so
yourself
it's so,
love
sorry
to
it's
insult
really
people,
hilarious.
but you know you wouldn't do it to my
I think
face.
Monkey. Sorry, I
You
think
know you wouldn't do that to my
can I
face.
finish? Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's like really obvious when you ask me to debate a specific point, I make my point, and then you try and like
You
debate
don't. You
grade
stuck
me.
on one
Sorry,
thing.
can I finish?
You stuck
Can I
on one
finish?
thing.
Wait,
You
can I
didn't want to
finish?
even.
Oh wow, oof. Wait, I thought talk about acting like a child, not letting other people finish their points. Huh? Sorry, I
Hey,
think
I
it's
shut
really.
up, didn't I?
Sorry, I think it's. Yeah, I
Are
think
you
it's really
okay?
telling when somebody says you act like a child, but then was the one during the debate, literally unable to engage on the original point. They wanted to talk with you. They want to talk with
I
you
didn't
about,
need to.
and then refused to
Eventually,
answer
you
the
were
initial
going to
question.
expose yourself.
And the first thing, as Monkey pointed out in the comments that you did when you come up here, is ad hominem instead of accurate points. Just said, oh,
Like?
therefore, because of your brain, and you're
Like?
probably wrong in these points. Yeah,
Like?
I
What
do
is-
think
what
I
is-
do. Yes, I think that actually is like a huge like tell that you're actually the one acting like a child.
Sure, but you wouldn't answer one of my questions.
Okay, so
Not
you
one.
understand I'm not
Not
gonna
one.
I'm not gonna answer
You don't want
questions
to.
that
You
aren't
don't want to
relevant to
address
the
my
points.
points because you know that your party wouldn't like it very much. You
Mm,
don't
if we
want
were
me building
so
up.
if me and you were talking about immigration, right? And I say, okay, I think that the Biden administration was pretty good at immigration for this and this
What?
reason, right? And then you say, oh, well, how about all these successes during the Trump administration? And I say, okay, and I say, I'm not gonna. We don't need to talk about that because that's not the subject. The subject that you came up here to debate me on
It's
is
called a comparison.
if Biden was successful on the border. And then you keep asking me questions saying you're not answering the questions about Trump's success on the border. I'm gonna be like, yes, because
It's
that's not
called
the
a
topic we're
comparison.
talking about.
Yeah, it's called a comparison. You could bring another topic up to address it. The
Well,
original.
no, it's called a
Yes, you can.
whataboutism and not addressing the point.
You-
If you say
Oh
if
my
the position
God.
if the position if
What
the
is up
positive
with these
position is Biden
buzzwords,
did good
man?
on the
You know,
border,
I've been
and the
debating
negative
long,
and sorry,
a lot longer than you have.
if the position I'm taking is Biden was good on the border, and the position you're taking is Biden was bad on the border, and in doing so, you want to talk about the successes of Trump on the border. That's not relevant to the point if Biden was good or not.
Unless I bring a comparison that is. But that's the point. You don't want me to make any kind of relevant argument. You just want to make
No,
one
it's
for
just
yourself.
not relevant
That's why
to what
you
you're
kicked me
talking
earlier
about.
because you couldn't control your own emotions.
You don't need
So
to
you
bring
started,
up Trump when
you
you're talking
started
about
to
Biden.
attack me personally.
Huh?
Huh?
You don't need to bring up
Huh?
Trump when you're talking about Biden.
Yeah, you can.
It's like it
If
would be
you're using a
dishonest. It would
comparison.
be
If
dishonest
you're
of me
using a
if we were in a
comparison.
conversation about
You're using a
if Trump
comparison.
violated free speech. If it would be dishonest about me if we're in a conversation about okay, did Biden violate the free speech of like Americans or not when it came to like the Hunter Biden laptop story to bring up like the relevant court cases or not irrelevant court cases that happen now. That's not relevant to the conversation about the Hunter Biden laptop and if there was like a violation
Well,
of free
that's
speech that happened there.
specific. And if I can bring a comparison up, yeah,
The comparison
it would be relevant.
Comparisons have nothing to do with if Biden violated free speech of Americans when it came to Hunter Biden laptop though.
Yeah. If I
No.
brought up comparisons that he
No.
did that had, oh my God, kid, are you
No,
serious,
if
man?
the position is Hunter Biden or the FBI's actions did violate the free speech of people
Isn't
and
this a
suppression of the Hunter
non-sequitur?
Biden laptop story, and you're taking a negative position, then me saying, well, Trump did this.
This is
It
non
has
sequitur.
has no relevancy to whether Biden did that or not.
And you're also
Mm,
making a
non-sequitur.
hypothetical.
If you're trying to make a comparison, you don't need a comparison if you already have a standard. So if you have a standard that you're trying to cross,
That
and you're
doesn't make
trying
any
to make a
sense.
comparison, what you're actually doing is you're doing a whataboutism.
No, that's not what. Oh my God, man, what is up with
If
you
you
guys
have
with
a
this
standard, what's the
buzzword? Like,
fucking
these
point?
buzz, like, you know what you're talking about.
wait.
Literally,
If we're
You're
talking
not
about
engaging in
if
logic.
I hold
You're just
up a
not.
pencil
Sure.
to you and I say this pencil exists and you say no, this pencil doesn't exist, and we're debating of if this pencil exists or not, and then you
Another
say
hypothetical.
and then you walk over across the room and say, well, this pencil exists. That has no relevancy to whether the pencil I'm talking about exists or not.
that's a horrible analogy, man.
Could you-
Like, are you going
That's
to
exactly
make
what's going
That's
on.
exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not because
You like I'm
debate
sorry,
that
I'm
we
sorry,
were
I'm sorry you
having-
don't know like basic
The
logic.
debate we were
No,
having
it
was,
does. It's
was way
irrelevant.
more
It's
nuanced
super
than what
irrelevant.
you're talking about. The debate that you were talking about,
This is
what
like saying,
I was
okay,
talking about had way
this is
more
like me saying,
nuance,
okay,
had
I
way
think
more
that Trump
nuance.
shit his pants at his last rally, right? And you say,
Yeah,
I
another
don't think Trump shit his
hypothetical.
pants at his last rally.
Another
And we're
hypothetical.
talking, and we're talking about if he did or not. That's the position we're arguing over. And you say, well, Biden shit his pants at this rally. It doesn't matter to whether
I agree
Trump
with
did
that.
or not.
I agree with that because I couldn't use any kind of comparison at that point.
Even if there was a comparison, it wouldn't. It doesn't. It doesn't like negate the true statement of if it did or did not happen.
Oh my
It's
God.
irrelevant to that specific debate.
Sure.
The point is that you're
Okay, so I hope
purposefully
you understand.
Distract, so you talk about something you
I
won't.
don't think you
comfortable
understand.
Yes,
That's
so I
the
hope,
problem.
so I hope you understand that when
No,
we're
I
talking
understand.
about, okay,
I
I think
understand you
Trump
don't
committed a
understand.
soft coup, and you say, well, I don't think Trump committed a soft coup,
Because
and you
there
say,
are
but what about
there's
this
other
violence?
evidence
But
that
what about this
disproves it.
violence that happened that I think the
I'm
FBI
not
did
talking
this
about
in?
the
And I say,
violence. I'm
well,
talking
soft
about
coup.
the
Sorry, and I say,
the
wait,
suspicious
and then,
activity
give me a second.
that
And then I say,
happened during
well,
the
soft coup literally omits violence
They also
happening. That's the point. That's why I
the
call it a soft
selective
coup.
committee
And you keep bringing up the
also-
violence. That's exactly what you're doing in that
no,
scenario too.
I'm bringing up things that were suspicious. Like, why did they leave?
Yeah, but the suspicious things
Why
you're
did they
talking
leave
about
the
aren't
Capitol
relevant to the point I'm making.
unprotected? Why did
I'm
they
talking.
leave the Capitol unprotected?
I'm making premise 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you're bringing up. Well, what about premise 7? I'm like, premise 7 has nothing to do with the argument. I only need to prove these.
No, because this correlates.
Yes,
with what you're talking
because
about.
I never made
Because
premise.
it's
I never
suspicious.
said
It's suspicious
P7.
that these things are happening. It's weird how all of this stuff started to happen, and now you want to stick to one conversation when I can.
Yes,
I
that's
can
how
give
we
you a
should
lot
do it.
more
If
nu-
you're in a
No,
conversation
I
with somebody,
can
you should
give
stick
you
to
way
one
more
subject
nuance,
until you come
but you're
to
sticking to
the
one
conclusion,
thing.
and then you can move
Like
on.
when an activity happens, there are multiple things happening. And if
Yes.
one thing you're sticking on one thing, and I could tell you,
There's
I
multiple
could
things. My
disprove your
argument was made
narrative.
up of multiple
I could-
premises,
I
which you
could
could
dis-
attack from
I
the
could
were the
dispute-
electors
I could
were the electors
dispute the-
fake? Was the conspiracy that what they did was that a legal theory or was that illegal in an effort to defraud the government? There's multiple points you could have
Get it
made
out.
that were relevant to the argument I was making, but the points that you were making weren't.
It was.
No.
See, how are you telling me that what I had
You-
to say was
how
not
you tell
relevant?
you? I just want to be clear. I'm making an argument, and then you're bringing
No,
it
you're
up
making
part,
a
and then
narrative.
you're literally trying to change my
You're
argument to make
using
me
a
argument points
talking point.
I'd never made.
You're using a talking point, a typical talking point that has
Oh my
nothing to
God.
do with really what
Do
happened.
you
at
understand
Jason.
how logic and
True,
the flow
true,
of
true,
it?
Do you
true,
like? Do you
true,
understand
you're
how
gonna
anything
embarrass
works?
yourself.
It's like this is
You're
actually
gonna embarrass
embarrassing for
yourself,
you.
True.
It just
Yeah, get it out, True. You're gonna embarrass yourself.
what are you even trying to like discuss? Like
Yeah.
you're trying to say, oh
Well,
well,
my
this is
main
happening and that's
objective
fishy,
was
and I'm
to
like, well,
prove-
what
This
does
is
that have to do?
this is the point of me saying, okay, this is the point of me saying P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. Wait, I just
why
wait,
don't
wait,
you
wait.
just prove the
Stick to
thing that
one
he's
subject
talking about?
because
Wait,
that's
wait,
the
wait. I just
only
wait. This
narrative he
is
knows.
what he's doing. I'm saying P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6.
And he doesn't even understand what
conclusion,
he's,
Trump did
he
a
doesn't
soft
even
coup,
understand what he's
and then
doing.
you're like, well, what happens if you were talking about P7 and 8 and P7 and 8 are wrong, so therefore your conclusion is right. I was like, but I never made P7 and 8. I only needed it P1 through 6 to prove my claim. And you're like, well, no, you have to make P6 and 7. I'm like, no, I don't. But those aren't relevant to the argument I was making.
Right, and
You're
you're
literally
telling
adding
me-
on to
right,
my
if
argument and
you're
making
telling
me
me
argue
something
points I
about
never
the
did.
integrity
So you're
of,
telling
like,
me
our
something
reports
like
and
what
what
you're
happened,
talking
then you
about
can
doesn't have
try to
more
do
nuance
that.
to disprove what you're claiming. So if I were to use the riot itself to disprove what you're talking about by comparing
The riots. I'm talking about a
suspicious-
soft coup that literally omits
But the
violence,
riots are
dumbass.
irrelevant.
Why would I talk about the riots?
Here's
Why
more
would we-
insults.
why would we be discussing the
let me
riots if
ask
the
you this. Let me ask you this. Kid. Why
Talking
call
about
me
a soft
why
coup,
call me a
but the
dumbass
riots,
Wait,
but
why
it
are you
literally
talking about
omits
riots?
Why call me a
violence,
dumbass
dumbass?
over the web? Why call me a dumbass over the web if you wouldn't do it?
Because I'm trying to my
Why-
original
no,
claim
you
is
said
that
I
Trump
would do
committed
it
a
to
soft
your
Why
face.
coup,
do it
which
over
omits
the web?
violence,
Why
and then
do
your
it over
first
the
point
web
in
if you were
question
not
is
willing
about
to do it to my
violence.
face?
I'm not talking about that.
Why are you willing to do it too much? Why do it over the web if you're not going
I
to do
would
it to my
absolutely do it to your
face?
face.
You wouldn't, True.
I would,
wouldn't
dude. I would call
I'll
you
fly
a
you
lot
guys
of
out.
things
I'll
if I
fly you
wasn't
guys
on
out.
TikTok.
Come
Okay.
on.
I'll
I've
fly you
called
guys
I
you
think
a
I've
lot of
called
things.
people smarter than
I'll
you,
fly
dumbass.
you guys out to Texas.
Wow.
We'll sign some
Wait,
waivers.
do you ever
I'm
feel
not
like
a
wait?
boxer.
Do you ever get
I
depressed
have
when
a
an
boxing
18-year-old
gym.
is?
I have a boxing gym.
Do you ever get like depressed that an 18-year-old is?
Okay,
smarter
well
than
now
you?
you're just threatening violence. Like you're the one being
No,
charged.
this
You're
is
saying,
this
why
is
don't we fight?
mutual.
Do you ever
this
does
was
it ever like
mutual
just like
combat.
tug at your
This is-
heartstrings so you get really sad about that?
See, that's the thing.
So you're saying
I
that,
give
oh
you an
my
option
gosh,
to
that-
tell it to my face, and then I challenge you to a boxing match, which you're not going to get really hurt, and you're too scared to do it. That's what I'm saying. Your party is majority. You're internet warriors. You
I'm
guys
not
are
even a
internet warriors.
Democrat.
You're,
I don't
You're
know,
not-
dude. You must have been destroyed by Harry's system. Like, there's no shot
destroyed
that,
Harry.
that you
I
actually got the
destroyed
better.
What
of
are you
that.
trying to
destroyed
say?
Harry.
Like you're
I
saying,
can't
oh,
even,
why
like-
don't we?
I destroyed Harry.
You're saying mean words that are hurting
I
my
destroyed
feelings. So why don't you
Destiny.
come box me? Completely.
You debated
You
Destiny?
destroyed Destiny.
No, oh my
Did
god.
he
there's-
touch you?
Oh my
On this
fucking
very
god.
subject-
Talk about
on this very
lies.
subject-
Holy
Point on
shit.
the-
There is
Point on the
more.
doll.
There's
Point
more
on
to
the
my
doll where he
argument,
touched
but
you.
you won't let me get it out.
Just to let
You
you know,
won't let me get it out.
Point on the doll where he touched
You
you.
destroyed
Oh, I
Destiny.
destroyed Destiny. I destroyed Destiny.
Point on the doll
Destroyed
where he
Destiny.
touched you. Did you?
Oh my god. Who
Did he
is
do
this
anything that
guy?
made you uncomfortable?
Who is this? Who are
You can be whatever you want to be on the internet, man. This guy is a hero in his own head.
Oh my god. Actually, you're like making up like
More
do-
internet warrior.
Are you like
stuff.
schizophrenic? Are
see
you
this
making up
guy's-
like
I need to
fantasy
see this guy's
debates?
debate
Like
with,
do you make up like
Epstein.
fantasy debates like while you're dreaming about you destroying Destiny? You like wake up like a wet spot.
Wait,
and
can you like
Completely
link your
destroyed
debate with
Destiny.
Epstein? I need to watch.
You know,
that.
Yeah,
the majority
like-
of the
like your
time,
debate
you
with
don't
Epstein.
even need to debate Destiny.
No.
He-
Link
he
your debate with
contradicts
Epstein. I want to
himself.
see it. No, I want to watch it. Let's all watch it.
Epstein.
Link your debate with
Epstein, what?
Epstein.
Epstein.
Destiny.
Epstein.
Destiny.
Epstein.
Epstein.
That's
We
fine.
call him Epstein because of all the weird shit he does.
Yeah.
What about those minors he was talking about? Is that why you call him?
Yeah, I
Epstein?
know. That's why.
That
That's
was
why.
just
That's
no.
why.
That was just
That's
he
hilarious.
just got in some
It's
he
hilarious.
just got in some minor trouble. Okay.
You do realize I'm not really MAGA.
True,
I'm
true.
not.
Can I
I'm not
ask
a
the
Republican.
panelists
I'm not a Democrat. I debate
Hey.
both sides.
Yo,
You
bro,
literally have
hey,
Trump as
I
your
have
profile
multiple.
picture.
I have multiple accounts. I have one
Yo.
that's where I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
I have
Just
another one
just
where
link
I'm
your debate
MAGA.
with Epstein. Link your.
Yo, bro, what?
Epstein?
Can you just
I
tell
don't
us?
have
your
any-
debate with
I don't-
Epstein.
Can,
I don't
Can
have
you
Where's your
any-
tell
Bolshevik
it's-
account,
I
bro?
can't
Can this-
record these.
can this
I came on
guy
here.
No,
tell us what
it
you
was
here.
on his stream. It was on his stream, so you could at least tell me like the stream it happened on, or you could like
It was,
link
it
the
was
video
on here.
when he
It was
posted
on
it.
here. It was on here about 8 months ago.
Oh, on here 8
I
months. So
need
you
to see this
debated
debate.
Destiny. So Destiny was on TikTok and you debated.
He's still on
I
TikTok.
need you epically owning Epstein.
Wait. All Destiny's TikTok debates are actually recorded.
Yeah, I would love to have recorded it, but
No, I can find them.
I've debated Parker. I've debated
Let's find it,
a
bro.
guy named Zeus.
I just want
I
to.
feel like the only
You do
person
realize
who
I
can
didn't
derail
debate
it-
him on this account, so you're not going to be.
So
able
what was the account called?
What was the account called? We need to see it, bro. If you want the recording so bad, we'll find it for you.
What's the account? What was the
I
account called?
guarantee you won't. I guarantee you. he
Wait,
didn't
what? No,
post
what
it.
was it? Wait. Why are you so afraid of us finding it? Just tell
What
us the
was
account name.
account?
Well, look. If I destroyed you in a debate, would you post that debate?
Would you post it? No, but other people posted the full
Why don't you
thing.
have us look? Why don't
You
have us
understand
look?
other
Why don't you
people?
have us
You
look?
understand
Let-
other
let-
people
let's
posted the
look.
full thing, right?
Let's
No.
look. Let's find
Destiny's
it.
Unless
super
people
popular.
are-
Other people
yeah.
recorded
Unless
that shit
people
and
are
posted it.
actually recording, like using a screen recorder.
Yes, there are
I doubt
other
it.
people's
I
screen
doubt it.
recordings on
doubt it.
YouTube. I'm looking
Well,
at
it
them
could
right
be out
now.
there.
Can you
I
just
don't
tell
know.
me your
Dude,
username?
Destiny literally
What
has
was
like a
the
cult
username?
following, dude. Like
was the-
obviously
Yeah, he
people
does.
recorded it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'd
So
have
then
to
just
look
tell
for
me who.
yourself.
So
because,
so what's your user? What was the user? What was the account?
if I give you my username that you could track down, I don't need the people knowing that I'm back on TikTok.
Oh
Why
my
don't you
god,
join
this
it
guy,
to
you got
stress?
your back blown out by Destiny. And then,
No,
and then when
I
we're asking about the debate, you don't actually want to show us.
Look.
You wait,
You got
brother, you
completely
can't be
wrecked.
up. Wait, you
What
can't
is
be
the
up
problem?
here
Completely
talking
wrecked.
about how you blew Destiny's
You're
back
saying
out.
that
How
you're
you absolutely, sorry, how you
capable-
actually
you're
gaped him a
capable-
debate. And when I
you're
asked to
capable-
see it, you're like, I
proved
don't
my
want
point
people
about
tracking me. I
your-
don't know what to do. Like,
You
how
proved
is
my
me
point. You
no
proved my
seeing a
point. You
debate?
can't even control your own emotions. Now you're pulling up your two butt buddies here because you need help.
How is me?
That's
Okay,
true.
okay.
Scratch
How is
does
me
need
showing
my
you a
help,
debate?
'cause I'm such an
Anything.
intellectual giant.
Yeah.
Dude, all you have been doing is insulting me this entire time. Like literally.
I haven't
We
insulted you
explained our
once.
points
know,
like
I can
8
tell you
times
another
before ever
scientific
insulting
study.
you.
I can tell you another scientific study.
You challenged me
I can tell
to
you
a
another
boxing.
scientific study.
I've dog walked
I
Parker,
can tell
Dean,
you another
Harry, several
scientific
other
study.
libtards.
No. It was.
Why is it
that was
every
based
single
on
mega
science,
in
though.
here has like this list of people they think they've
The
dog
frontal
walked?
lobe, the whole free
I'm not
prefrontal
really
cortex
MAGA,
is
so I
25.
just
Why are we
explained that.
tribal?
Prefrontal cortex thing, it has nothing to do with intelligence or logical reasoning. That's only
Yeah, it
personality.
does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's
No,
impulse,
it has everything to do
impulse
with.
control, which you don't have, and personality. you
Yeah,
don't.
these
I'm
guys
not the
don't have
one who
any
insulted him.
intelligence. Look what
I'm
look
not
how
the
they've
one who
actual
insulted
I
him.
still need to
I'm
see
not the
the
one who
reasoning.
insulted him.
First,
Actual
I'm not the one who
logical
insulted him.
reasoning, actual logical reasoning is fully developed by adolescence. It has
Monkey,
nothing
what
to
is
do with
that
the whole
viewpoint?
25.
That's
Logically,
grammatically incorrect.
logically,
Just shut,
it
wait,
has
y'all
nothing
shut
to
up.
do with
Monkey,
it
aren't you literally a
whatsoever.
doctor?
Yes, like I
Okay.
mean, we do
So
take
could you please
neurobiology
explain?
here.
Could you please explain for
And they lie
non-doctor
too.
people
They say I
exactly
do
how
not
this works?
mute. Their background says I do
Yeah.
not mute, and here they are muting me.
I'm muting
Yeah,
multiple people
like
because you guys are
cognitive
all
reasoning
over-talking.
and logical development is fully developed
Typical
by the
lip
time you're
tarts
18.
lying through their teeth.
No, it's
True.
not. Are you serious?
Everything,
It's
everything
like
after
22.
18,
What are you
everything
fucking talking
happens
about,
after
you
18
lying-ass
has to do.
bitch?
Everything after 18 has to do with impulse control, personality, and emotional regulation.
Nonsense.
It
Are
has
you
nothing
serious?
to do with 100,000 fucking
Look,
percent, dude. Give or take
let me
1 or
tell you
2
this.
years.
Okay,
You
wait.
guys
What
wanna
kind of
come down
surgeon
to
are you?
Texas,
What
Come
kind
by
of like
Johnson
doctor are you?
Space Center. I'll
I'm
give
an
you
ER
a tour
doc.
of the facility.
Okay, so you
I'll
like
even
know a
buy
little
you
bit
a
about
Happy
everything.
Meal. I'll even buy
And
you a
all
Happy
medical
You know
students
you
take
want that
neurobiology.
toy. You know you want that toy.
And like,
Who's the
Thank
actual
you. I'm
scientist?
glad. So I just want to clear the opinion of the doctor on here is that it actually has nothing to do with intelligence or logical reasoning. That's great. I'm glad you're.
reasoning is
Okay.
fully developed by the time you're fucking like
Sure,
15
sure.
or 18.
Sure.
Thank you for explaining that to us.
Yeah, but what's
I
the
think
you,
we're all.
Thank
impulse
you.
control part, though, which supposedly the 18 isn't supposed to have yet, is clearly not displayed by this supposed grown man.
True.
Well, who was the one doing the insulting? Hey, he's the one who first called me in.
You
You were literally the first one.
To say that
You challenged me to a boxing
literally
match.
say
Okay, what did I say?
someone's
What did I say? What did I say?
frontal
What did I
lobe was
say?
not fully
That your frontal
developed
lobe was
an
not
ad
Yeah.
hominem. It
No,
was
it was
literally
not.
an ad
Oh,
hominem on his
here's the
character
buzzword
and
again.
And actually,
Dude,
that is
his
an ad
ability-
hominem
and
fallacy.
his ability to have a logical conversation. You
Uh-huh.
literally led with that before anything else, and that was the most revealing thing about you, dude.
It was an accurate statement.
And let's be
It's
real.
an
If
ad
I were,
hoc-
if
it's
I were a
It's not
fucking
my
rock,
fault you don't read.
if I were a rock and I literally stumbled into my position accidentally, saying that I am a rock and I don't know what I'm
Here
saying,
comes
or I
another
don't know where I
hypothetical.
landed,
A non
doesn't
sequitur.
actually make it doesn't actually make the point wrong. You still have
Yes,
have
if
no
a
point, man.
if
Yeah,
a
that's my
wait, if a
point.
50-year-old says that if a 50-year-old says that the sky is red and a 2-year-old says that the sky is blue and a 3-year-old says, well, you're 2 years
Here we
old, so I'm
go.
obviously right.
That's a
or that's what-
subjective truth. That's a subject, not objective. That's a subjective. So,
oh my fucking god.
okay,
In the
let's
hypothetical,
really- let's really-
okay,
let's
the
really dig-
hypothetical,
let's
in the
dig deep.
okay, in the
No,
hypothetical,
let's dig
okay.
deep about
We're just gonna make this a
your-
hypothetical
what I'm
because you
talking
don't
about.
actually want to do
This
this.
guy has no fucking literal sense.
Oh my gosh.
If the sky is blue, is it blue all the time?
The
That
guy
would
doesn't
have to
even
be
know the
constant.
If I
Guys,
were
You made an
what a
example
fucking
about
des-
gravity.
my God.
Gravity is
Guys,
constant.
Is this
So
really
it's
what
a
we're doing? There's no
objective-
shot. Okay. If a two-year-old if a two-year-old says gravity is real, and a 50-year-old
If
says
a
gravity
what
isn't
if-
real, gravity
let's
isn't
stick
real,
to
and then
reality
the
and
50-year-old
not
says
any
50-year-old says
hypothesis.
gravity. Well, I'm obviously right because you're 2 years old.
wrong.
Yeah,
That is
but
an ad
why are we
hominem.
using a hypothesis? Let's stick to reality and facts.
Wait,
That's
did y'all
the problem with you.
did y'all
Guys,
just give
it's-
him
Did you
it's
just
that?
call
Mom Donnie-
gravity a
it's Mom Donnie
hypothesis?
phone banking time.
It's a
Everyone,
theory.
it's Mom
It
Donnie
is.
phone banking time.
It
We're all
is.
phone banking
Oh,
Mom
are you guys
Donnie.
flat earthers?
No.
Gravity's a hypothesis.
I
Oh,
didn't say
technically,
gravity is a
it's
Get the
hypothesis.
fuck out of my
I said
live.
I'm
Holy
using
shit.
an
What is this?
hypothesis.
I just want to
Yo,
be clear,
y'all just let-
Mega has
First of all,
degraded to
it's
the position
you're
that
looking for the
gravity
word
is a concept is a
hypothetical.
hypothesis.
No, I didn't say that.
Bro,
And
I
first
thought it
of
was
all,
hilarious
learn
when
how
you
to
said sky is
learn
red versus
grammar.
sky is blue. You said color is a
Grammar?
social construct.
I need to learn grammar.
Yeah, MAGA is low IQ is grammatically incorrect.
Learn
You should
grammar?
have said MAGA has a low IQ, but instead you wrote MAGA is low IQ. That's grammatically incorrect. You need to go back to
learn
school.
grammar.
dude.
I'm just using slang.
Do I need to learn grammar, guys? Yeah, learn
I'm just
grammar.
using slang.
Please learn,
Even
learn
the
grammar.
calculator
Please.
correct.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just short for calculator, Chad. I'm just using slang.
Critical misspeak.
Well, to be honest, the combination of low and IQ makes an
Do you even know what IQ
so
stands
so
for?
is low IQ is
Yeah,
Do you even know
re-
what IQ
Yes,
Low
IQ IQ is
low
intelligence
IQ
quizzes.
is actually
IQ is
correct to say
acronym,
is.
right?
IQ is intelligence quiz.
What?
IQ stands for intelligence quiz.
That's true.
No,
Intelligence
it,
quiz.
it stand. No, you're wrong. It stands for intelligent quotient.
No, it stands for intelligent quiz.
Oh wait, MAGA,
No,
wait, MAGA.
intelligent
No,
quotient.
it stands for intelligent.
Holy
MAGA from me,
shit,
I have a
you're
question.
dumb as fuck.
Wait, guys,
bro.
shh,
Why you
I have a
think-
You
question, I
went
have a question, I have a
fucking
question.
dumb as.
Why
And
is
I
it
was
I have a
unclear.
question. I have a
That
question.
was
I have a
actual
question.
rage bait. 10 out of 10 rage bait.
Don't
right
kick
there.
him. Don't kick him. Don't kick him. I have a question.
Okay.
Who
Please,
says
don't kick him. I have
quotient
a
like
question.
that though? Like, can we ask
I
him
have a
why
question.
why he pronounces quotient like that?
Wait, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I have a
Go
very
ahead.
important question, please. All right, MAGA. If you didn't have breakfast this morning, how would you feel? How would you feel if you did not have breakfast this morning?
I don't eat breakfast, so your question is irrelevant.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, that's all it takes.
Okay.
That's all it takes.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, let's ask it one more time. How would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning?
You know, you guys are dumb as fuck. Let's stick to politics.
All right, if you don't get the reference,
I thought this was a
it'll hit
political
later.
live debate.
It'll hit later. It'll hit later.
Is this
It'll
a
hit
political
worry.
live debate, or is this a child's play?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
No.
Don't worry.
We're the
Is this
adults
a
that are playing
political
this
debate,
child
or
right
is
here.
this
Explain it to
child's
you.
play? What are
This
we
is
in
child's play, 'cause you're the
kindergarten, or
child
are
I'm
we gonna
currently
do a
playing with you.
political debate?
No,
Because I
everybody,
don't-
Sorry,
somebody's
just
gonna
for
explain
Listen,
everybody,
man,
because
I've
my
dog
chat's
walked
going
the shit
insane.
out of
On
Parker,
YouTube
Dean,
side, the
Harry,
intelligence
and
quotient
multiple
thing, yeah, I
other
just
live debaters.
Can you be quiet for a second? Yeah, I was just rage baiting him. I know it's intelligence quotient. I was joking. Nice rage bait.
So are you ready to have a debate? Because you're talking
Yes,
to
go
a
ahead. Do you think Trump hates free
constitutionalist
speech?
who knows the Constitution like the back of his hand. I'm a political expert.
Okay.
I would dog walk you just like I've
How many
dog
articles
walked
are in the
Parker,
Constitution?
Dean, Harry. You're nothing.
How many articles are in the Constitution?
7.
Okay, you know what? You got it. We got this. Okay. So, do you think that Donald Trump hates free speech?
No.
No. Okay. Are you familiar? Do you think that hate speech is protected under the Constitution, under the First Amendment?
No.
No. So, can I say that I dislike black people? Is that protected under the First Amendment?
Yes.
Okay, so I am allowed to be hateful towards other groups, correct?
No.
No.
You can't remember.
It's me saying
free
wait,
speech.
okay, it's me saying I dislike black people being hateful towards black people.
Saying what? Dislike?
Is me saying I dislike black people, is that being hateful towards black people?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So hate speech is protected under the First Amendment then.
No, it's not protected because if
but
you
agree
say
that
no,
you
it's
already
not
agree
because
that's First
I've
Amendment
seen.
protected speech.
No, it's not because you can get arrested for. I've seen people getting arrested for being anti-Semitic, which is similar.
Yes. So you can't be specifically when it comes to like certain protected classes if you are harassing somebody, right? Or if you are or if like your speech or like anti-Semitism is going to like indirect like some kind of like immediate violence upon that person, then yes, you can be arrested for that. But merely saying I don't like Jewish people, that form of anti-Semitism, that's protected under the First Amendment.
Good luck with that in New York.
Do you know what the Brandenburg test is?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand that like for speech not to be protected, it has to like incite some kind of immediate violence. Even if I was to say that we should, or like Jewish people should be beat up, that's still protected under the First Amendment. It would have to be the speech specifically would have to be like directing immediate violence, immediate unlawful action.
You know, it's funny because when Trump says anything, he's
Okay.
guilty for it,
So
even though it's
okay.
protected
So
under the First Amendment.
So you do agree with me that, right, for the most part, unless your hate speech is getting to the point of harassing somebody or to the point of inciting immediate unlawfulness where it passes the Brandenburg test, that hate speech is protected under the First Amendment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You understand that Pam Bondi has made statements saying that she's going to criminally go after people who do hate speech.
Yeah.
You understand that is against the Constitution and the First Amendment, correct?
Listen, man, the Constitution is it's kind of vague. It's not like foolproof.
Well, you already agreed to everything prior to this, so like, what's the holdup now? You agreed
Yeah,
that hate
the
speech for the most part
Constitution is not perfect.
You agreed that hate speech is protected in the First Amendment, and now I'm pointing out the fact that Pam Bondi, the AG, literally says she's going to criminally go after hate speech. But now you can't say that specific that policy she proposed and said she was going to do is against the Constitution.
Well, first of all, the Constitution is not perfect. It's not foolproof.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So once again,
He was
you
asking
already
if it's
admitted that hate speech is
specifically
against the
against it.
Constitution. Pam Bondi is saying, I'm going to go after hate speech criminally. So obviously that's against the Constitution if that speech is protected. You already conceded to all the points, dude. You just have to admit you're wrong here. I'm sorry.
No, because first of all, if you even know the history of the Constitution,
Yeah.
you would know that the
Okay.
Constitution was
Don't waste my
written
time,
by
bro.
felons.
There's plenty of other
You
people I can
you
let up.
accepted A. Hold on. You accepted A, and then you accepted that A implies B, but now you don't accept B.
Yes, and by the way, the next point is that Donald Trump doubled down on the Pam Bondi's comments,
Yeah.
and that's an easy indication that he doesn't.
And then there's the A implies B implies C.
Yeah,
You've already accepted A and B, and that. A
Hey, it's
implies
just
C
it's so funny when you
implies
walk
C.
people down. Like, I walk people down and students crowd like the easy questions.
Well, at
accept
least we know
everything.
he doesn't
And then
eat
to get to that one point, it's like I'm just can't. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. It's like okay, bro.
It's literally the definition of cognitive dissonance.
You dropped me because you're wrong. No, I dropped you because I walked
No.
you down the path, and then I got to the thing where you have to admit that Pam Bondi's statements are at least what she was saying she was going to do are unconstitutional, and you couldn't do it.
The debate was over. He had already.
Yeah, I
you had
won the
already
debate.
accepted
There's
the
nothing else to
premises
talk about.
and accepted that they imply the conclusion, right?
Scratch. I'm
So,
sorry.
The
What do you
debate's
think?
over. The logic is already complete. If the logic is complete, then the conclusion
Yeah, what's
is
up, annoying? What did you say? I'm sorry.
implied.
For dropping your stupid ass on my life. I'm sorry. That was mean.
No, it's fine. I thought you were saying I'm sorry because my line of questioning was absolutely peak, and I just walked somebody straight into a trap.
Yeah, I missed that.
Okay, fuck you.
What did I do? Also,
That
I
guy
spoke
who
with
said he was gonna debate didn't come up, so it's
yeah, I
whatever,
spoke with
though.
I spoke with Anna about your call with her.
You spoke of what?
With Anna about when you called her yesterday.
Yeah, what'd you say?
She's so fucking mad, dude. Jesus Christ.
Fuck you, dude.
No, she's not. I'm kidding. She
No, like
straight
that's
up-
why I said fuck you because it was obvious rage bait.
What do you mean rage bait?
Yeah, okay.
Every time I speak, it's rage bait now. Like, hey, Scratch, remember when you drunk called her? What? I never did it. Stop rage baiting. So it was so funny seeing you realize that. Oh fuck! I actually did it.
Oh my god, that because you think I was gonna believe you when you said that?
Yeah, and we were like, just call Anna. You leave and you come back, and you're like, yeah. So, all right.
All right, I messed up. Just a teeny weedy bit.
Barely, like.
By the way, just for the purpose of this conversation, I'm 21.
What was the other guy even debating about?
The what?
The other guy on your like the MAGA American like. What even was it?
He said that he came up here. He said that like, oh, your frontal lobe hasn't like developed. That explains a lot. I was like, okay, what does it explain? It's like, oh, you're easily manipulated. It's like, okay, really? And like, yeah. And I asked, well, like, what am I easily manipulated on? He said on January 6th. And I was like, okay. I was like, I like showed him my research document. I was like, okay, do you think somebody was easily manipulated in something with all this research? And he refused to answer that question for a while. And eventually I got him to actually answer like, no, someone probably does research isn't. That's a good indication they aren't easily manipulated in something. And we started talking about J6 because they said I was avoiding that topic. And said, okay, well, I think Donald Trump did a soft coup. I brought up all like the evidence and like why I thought that happened. And he said, okay, but what about the riots? and I had to explain it. Well, I'm not talking about the riots. I'm only talking about like the fake electors and that plot, and the violence is not something I need to talk about, and it's actually omitted by the fact I said soft coup, because soft coup implies no violence. And then he kept asking me questions about it that were irrelevant about the riots. When I wasn't talking about the riots, I was talking about a soft coup, and he got really mad when I dropped him.
Yeah. Also, you don't even
Because
have
he
to.
wouldn't engage on the actual points I was making. He was trying to pivot me into and debate grade me into specific like a set of points.
With no self-control, the women in your life should be worried around you. Bro, Trump was found civilly liable for sexual abuse. The fuck?
Why are we resorting to? That's insane.
Yeah, I guess.
And I'm thinking of the joke you made the other day, where I was watching ANCAP debates. It's like, Scratch, if you want to watch ANCAP debates, just go look up. What
Just
is
go
it?
on Court Listener and look at the cases for pedophiles.
Oh my- we find out. What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I talked to Annoying before. That guy thinks men belong in little girl spaces. Do you think the same thing?
Wasn't it cringy?
Yeah, it is
Wait,
cringy. You
wait.
think
Oh my
grown
God,
men
You
yes,
think
belong-
men
Scratch,
belong
yes.
in little girl spaces?
Yeah.
And here he
Yes.
is trying to bully people.
Yeah, Scratch, like the guy was like,
hard to bully
Cringy,
people
you're
when you
done.
find out
I
a guy
have you
thinks men are
on
women.
camera saying that men
It's
belong
hard to
in
bully
women's
people when you find out the guy bullying you thinks men are women.
Yes, actually.
He said men can give
Well,
birth,
no,
dude.
somebody who's a man is a
He's
man.
on your
Somebody's a woman is a
panel.
woman. Men,
So, host, do you believe that too?
huh? Well, no. That by definition, a man can't be a woman.
Hmm.
You're either a man or a woman, or some other gender. But a man
Annoying, you
can't
wanna
be a
discuss
man
it
and a
with
woman
him?
at the same time.
You disagree, right?
Huh? A man can't be a man and a woman at the same time.
Yeah, the host disagrees. I mean, sorry, Annoying disagrees with you
No,
there. He
no,
said
No, I
he doesn't
agree.
get
No,
it
I
the other
agree.
day.
No, we agree.
Yeah, no, you
So would my
disagreed on the
brother.
panel the other day.
No, I said.
Can you define what a woman is without including men or males for us? And not the words men or males, that's your manipulation.
Yeah,
Can
so
you
Wait,
define
why
what a
can't I
woman
include-
is
wait,
without
why
including
can't I
men or
include
males, the being?
Wait, why
my
can't I
definition
include
of
male?
wait. My definition of woman is inferior gender. Now,
I believe that. You believe that.
yes,
And
like
this,
Scratch, you need to
To get-
understand this guy is insane.
sorry. Just to get back on subject, do you want to talk about the
Nice,
prompts?
nice argument. Have you considered what is a woman?
Sure. Do you want to talk about the prompts?
He left. Like he will just start yelling. Like he did the same thing on Cringy's panel. Like he lost his mind on Cringy. I think I hope
don't-
Cringy you forget that.
Oh my gosh, I hate talking about that. But
Look at that shit. I got my clip. Like apparently he's like, I just recorded you. You're done. Your career, it's
they
done.
booted me. They're saying they booted.
you cope hard, buddy. You don't like that I have the clips of you. You don't like the clips.
What clip?
You're saying insane things and then
Show
trying
the
to
clip,
come up on
buddy.
panels
Show the
and bully
clip.
people.
Wait, am I
Why
still
do you believe
blocked?
grown men belong in little girl spaces, by the way? Can
I
you
don't-
announce? Can you, without
I
pivoting,
think
can you answer
I don't
that?
know. I don't think it matters if it's a man or a woman. I think unless like it's your own child who's in that space.
No,
and
we're
you,
talking
like, need to
about
take-
other
and you need-
people's
and-
kids.
right, and
Grown
you-
man
and you
walking
need to take care
into
of
a
them.
little girl's
I don't
space.
think any adults.
Wait, didn't
should
Donald
be
Trump do
in
that?
little girl spaces.
Wait,
Yeah,
didn't
did
Donald
that.
Trump
I
do
have
that?
it clipped. It's on my website and it's also on Reddit and YouTube.
We
We
find
have a
out.
whole
Let's be
bunch of
super clear
people-
here. You're talking about grown men in little girl spaces. Didn't Donald Trump
Yeah,
walk
Annoying
into
said-
the
Annoying
back rooms of
whatever
his
said that
pageants
he was
where
okay with
children
that.
were?
He believes that women or that grown men belong in these little girl spaces. So when I pressed him on it,
So
he
does
decided
Donald
to get
Trump.
upset.
Sorry, unless that girl. Sorry, just a minute.
He
Unless
tried
a
to get
grown man-
upset,
sorry,
right? And he tried to flip it
I wanna be
around.
very-
Do I
I
have
wanna be
an
very
issue
clear.
after he
And this
booted
is
me?
gonna be my.
But see, that's why I say
don't know
that's
what
some
Cringy
sick
specifically
person
said.
right there.
Is it gonna be my position on it? Unless that grown
Yeah, that's
man.
why I'm asking.
Unless that
if your
grown man has a
position is his
daughter
position.
who is in that bathroom and he needs
It
to
is
like
wild.
help her or take care of her somehow.
Yeah.
I don't think it
I'm
matters
not
the
talking about
gender of the
that. You're flipping
person.
it.
No adult
talking
should
about
be
other-
in little girl spaces.
The same way I talked to Annoyingly, it was other kids. It was about.
Just
other
to be
kids
super
who
clear,
said
you don't
yes.
get booted because you're asking these dickheaded ass questions. You
Oh, I
get
do.
booted
Yeah,
because
I
of the
do
way
get
you
booted
act.
because the
Wait,
answers you
can you
guys
address
have
my
to give
point?
when
Wait,
you
can you
believe
address
in it
anything I
are
just
not
said?
good for you guys to be able to continue.
Can you
People
address
will
anything I
turn
just
on
said?
you when they find out that you want grown men in little girl spaces.
Can you
Can you
wait?
just-
It's very
wait,
bad
Can you
for
address
to
anything I
answer
just
those
said?
questions, and it's a lot
Wait.
easier for you to
Okay, wait.
dogpile
We
into,
find out. I'm gonna mute.
which
I
is
don't
what
want to mute you, but I'm
happens.
gonna have to mute you.
Oh no, you don't have to mute. Well,
Okay,
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna make a point, and you can either say you disagree with it or agree with it, and tell me why. Right? Unless,
detailed answer.
right?
I'm not gonna give
Unless,
you a
sorry,
trap.
unless that man has a
Do you
daughter
believe-
who's going in that space, like locker room or bathroom, I
Yeah.
don't think any adult, doesn't matter the gender of the person, should be in
Okay.
kid spaces.
Well, then annoyingly disagrees with you.
No, I don't.
He has said numerous times, especially on the other one there, that he believes trans women are women and that they belong in. And I was very specific when I said little girl spaces, change rooms for little girls, and he said yes.
Can you
And
show the
it's
clip?
wild that
Show
this
the
is
clip,
the
buddy,
man that
buddy.
wants to come
Show the
up here
clip.
and try
Show
to
the clip. I
bully
never said
people
that. Show the
because he
clip.
has such a sick mind.
Yeah,
that
show
he
the
wants-
clip.
And I'm, you know what? It
Show the
wouldn't
clip.
surprise me if
Show
he
the
does
clip,
it.
buddy. Buddy,
Annoyingly,
show me
do
the
you
clip.
go into little girl spaces?
Show me the clip. You said you have the
Do
clip.
you go?
Show
I
it.
have the clip. I'm the one.
Okay,
who
then
clicked
play
it.
it.
No, I'm not doing
No?
nothing for
Okay.
you, buddy.
All
You're a
right.
sick fuck.
All right.
I have all the clips.
Tell
I
you
have
what-
all the evidence on you guys. Okay, show us the.
Yeah,
the
by the way,
evidence.
he was yelling
No, I'm not
at
sure.
Cringy's
I
channel.
me show
No,
evidence for my
Scratch.
claims.
Scratch, you need to understand. He was yelling at Cringy. Cringy, I have all these videos on you. You're done. You're cooked. And Cringy was like, okay, so can you send it to me? He started yelling, no, but I'll send it to anyone else. So I just asked him in DMs.
Oh my! Oh
and
wait,
he
so he's
blocked
lying
me.
about clips too?
Yeah, he blocked me when I asked him DMs.
Oh,
for it.
okay. He's one of those guys who tries to like lie about shit you said and then doesn't.
Yeah, he's a really bad gaslighter. It's cringe.
That's really
I was trying to ask him a question.
Scratch My Live got taken down last night.
What'd you say?
I didn't do it anything this time.
What
I
happened?
kept
then?
talking about doxers because I got doxed like 4 times last night.
How'd you get doxxed?
People wanted to, so they did.
No, how'd they find your information?
I don't have my shit out there. Like I used to have my name in my bio, like my full government, but don't anymore.
But how they not like how they dox you? Like what were they posting?
Well, they definitely had my address.
Oh wow, sure. How they get that?
I don't know. However, a doxer would do that. I don't have my address posting. I don't have any like pictures outside my house anywhere online or anything like that. I don't even have like a Instagram that I use, but yet they found my fake Instagram that I
Well,
don't
you have
use.
is that your face in your profile?
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
They use facial recognition software.
Listen, and that is what it is. I think that's actually what, because I kept talking about how many times I got doxxed. Because I wasn't getting like any MAGA debaters, so I was like, they're either going to send up some crazy Nazi or somebody that's going to try to dox me. Schmatzi. Or somebody that's going to try to, get my info. But I got banned for harassment and bullying.
By the way, if you're on YouTube, number 1, and you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. Number 2, like the live. Number 3, if you really like the content, subscribe to my Patreon.
Oh, don't forget to donate too. He needs your money.
Yeah, I said subscribe to my Patreon.
Yeah, DNC doesn't pay us a lot.
Yeah, Scratch, change the message on your Patreon. Like, guys, buy my
Okay,
Patreon.
so
But if you do, you
this guy,
receive nothing.
This
So annoying.
this dumbass right here just got himself kicked.
This guy just left. He doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I kicked him.
God, bring him back up. I wanted to talk to him.
But what?
He was calling. He was saying that Trump's a rapist. This, that. I had some proof. I can.
But he is though.
He isn't.
Literally is
He
a
isn't.
rapist.
Okay, no,
He was found liable for sexual assault, which is
No,
different.
I said
That
he was
is
found
actual,
liable
bro.
for sexual
I
abuse.
swear,
Alright, I love you guys.
these people are fucking stupid, bro. I swear to
No,
God.
you're pretty stupid. Yeah, I understand. Has anybody
if you
seen the
go to
interview
court,
with Anderson Cooper
If you
and
shut
E.
the
Jean
fuck
Carroll?
up,
Huh?
shut the
She
fuck
said it
up.
herself.
If you go to court,
This wasn't sexual.
if you go to court and they find you civilly liable, you did it, bro. You did it.
Do you even know what the difference between civil and legal?
Oh, guys, it was just
Yeah.
found civilly liable by a unanimous
Oh,
jury.
bro,
Like,
you are
I don't know,
that's
like,
it.
I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't
if
know,
we're
like,
gonna
how
use,
big-
let's
Shut
use
up.
her
If I can
words.
finish,
Let's
but,
use
Shut
her
the
words.
fuck
Let's
up.
use her words. Let's use her words. She said it wasn't sexual. It was a fight.
Bro, there
On
are
Anderson Cooper.
26 women, 26 different women that have accused him of this shit.
Carol has accused more than
26
20
different
people.
women.
20 people in her
Okay.
book.
26 different women.
Is this really
And
All right,
you-
man.
come on, Carol is a batshit crazy. If you were a
Trump
language
literally-
body
bro,
expert,
Trump
you could tell that.
Literally.
I mean, she won. She won in court, unanimous jury.
Exactly.
Of course,
Exactly.
Of course she did. They were
With
they
no
were
money, bro.
campaigning on decrediting
With
him.
no money.
But why did she say on Anderson Cooper that it wasn't sexual?
Because many
They
women will
change it.
cope with their sexual abuse. Like, have you ever spoken to any
No,
victim in your life?
You're not gonna cop out with that. She said it specifically multiple times.
Bro,
Not
your
only
name is
Anderson
literally
Cooper,
the
she
MAGA
did change her
American.
mind. And what
You are
about
so
what about
far
her?
up
What about her
Okay.
past, dude.
Democratic
Okay,
donor,
let's-
the billionaire
let's calm down.
that donated
Let's
to her
calm down.
case? She didn't reveal that until much later.
Okay.
2016.
Exactly.
I
You
just
guys
wanna- I
can't
just
even
wanna
come
be-
up
I
with
just- I just wanna be
a
very clear,
legitimate
sorry.
argument.
The first, I don't know why Megan thinks it's a joke.
Legitimate.
It's actually not like, I didn't grape her. I really sexually assaulted her. You got.
Well, your
What?
party
Oh my
doesn't know the
God,
difference
guys.
between
You
assault
really?
and grape. You don't know the
It's the same
difference.
shit.
Actually,
No,
I'm.
it's not.
What the
Actually,
fuck,
I'm not a pedophile. I'm a hebephile. Actually,
Oh,
like that's
I'm
that's
starting
that's
to
the same
wonder about
argument.
you.
Like,
We
I
should
just
check
want to
your
be clear,
hard
it's not any
drives.
better.
Okay, so when he was found liable for sexual abuse, what was the sexual abuse described in the court? Because
Say that
like
again, I couldn't understand. you
in
because of your
court,
accent.
like he was found liable for sexual abuse, and on the second trial about the defamation over this case, the judge said that he did penetrate her without her consent. He did put his fingers inside of her.
Yeah,
So-
digital. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad, isn't it?
Okay, now here, hey, host. Now pay attention. This is a comparison. Okay. Now look at his case with the 34 felonies.
Mhm.
That was a misdemeanor. They booted it up to felonies.
Because there was a
Maybe-
secondary crime.
There was a secondary crime, but why didn't they disclose that until much later?
Wait.
And it was already
That was. I just
disproven.
want to clear. Just because you're saying comparison, that was still a pivot.
Yeah, it has
No,
nothing
it
to
wasn't.
do. It's
It
not a
was a comparison because I haven't even completed my point.
complete it.
The point is,
No
is
comparison, you're pivoting off
they
your original
campaigned
point.
on getting
You have
Trump.
no
if you-
point.
That's
wait.
what
You
Carol
literally
is.
have no
She's a
point.
plant. She's a plant. Carol's
who?
a plant. They tried to discredit him
From who?
Oh my gosh.
from the Democrats.
Do you
Democrat-
like just have an
There was a
inability to
Democratic
like follow
donor.
like
There was a
logical
Democrat donor.
like
There was a
trains?
Democrat donor.
To say that she's a
Let me
okay,
speak.
wait. To say that she's
Okay.
a plant. Sorry. To say that she was a plant implies that she didn't. That Donald Trump didn't grape or essay her. Okay. So that's the first
Yeah.
thing you need to prove. If you're already arguing over it, you can't just immediately assume that and then make a larger
Well, she
point.
said it
You
herself.
should argue
She
over
said
that
it herself.
first.
She said it herself, and there's also a statute of
Can
limitations.
you like
where
acknowledge
they
the
brought
fact?
back,
I
it was
really
past
just want you to
the
acknowledge.
statute of limitations. Why did they bring that back in order for her to actually?
It wasn't
bring the case
for.
down?
It was not for.
because
Exactly.
because you need to
cannot-
you need to
you
prove the first
cannot
point before you go to the
explain why
second
the
point.
statute of
You just wanna-
limitations was
bring it back.
back.
No, shut the fuck up.
Just
Okay,
to
I can explain.
prosecute-
I can explain.
The original
Go ahead.
question
Years.
was digital penetration just pretty bad. Can
No,
you
there
answer
have
that
been
part?
no, there have
Can we
been
answer that
petitions for
part?
years to change the statute of limitation by multiple women over the last decade. It makes sense that they did change the law for some women. She wasn't the only woman that took advantage of this statute changing. Like, there's nothing new. It happens all the time.
No, it doesn't. Statute of limitations don't
It
change.
literally does.
It changed because
It
they
literally
wanted
does.
to prosecute a ex-president.
Can
so
you
he
prove
didn't
it?
become.
Okay.
What's your proof?
What's my proof?
Exactly.
Yeah, by the way, this was a civil lawsuit. Like, why would they change it when it changed nothing to Trump's election? It
Well,
was. It
here's the
wasn't.
thing, though.
It
Here's the
wasn't a
thing, though. Here's the
criminal.
thing, though. Why did she say that stuff on Anderson Cooper? And here's another
Oh my
thing.
god,
Here's
it's
another
like
comparison.
it's like
Here's another
it's
comparison.
literally like
Hey,
the
hey,
it's
hey,
the
here's another
crystallization.
comparison.
No, like he's
Here's
actively
another
demonstrating.
comparison to prove
He's actively
your guys'
demonstrating. It's
selective
no,
outrage.
it's
Here's
the
another
constellations
selective.
of beliefs. He has like 10 different constellations, like these beliefs.
Yeah.
And he'll go and he'll say, well, this doesn't make any sense. And
keep
it's
up
like
with
go
me.
to the next
Look, you
one.
guys are
You're not
calling,
actually
you're calling
logically
Trump,
connected
you're calling
anymore.
Trump a
He has
great
like no ability to follow any
what
kind of
about
argument
Biden?
through.
What
He
about
can't like
Biden?
conceive
And
any
Tara
kind
Reid?
of point.
What about Biden and
What
Tara
about
Reid?
him?
What about
These-
Biden and Tara Reid? What about Biden and Tara Reid?
That's an actual whataboutism.
No. I'm asking you a
Oh
question.
my
That's
god,
a legitimate
please.
question. It's a legitimate question. What about Biden?
Biden wasn't
You guys
found
didn't
It's not a
even-
legitimate question,
you guys
so
didn't
whataboutism?
even. You guys didn't.
I actually like people like that actually and beyond annoy me. Like holy shit.
Yeah, that's supposed
It's
to be mine.
obviously like first of all, obviously I feel like there's some kind of point he could have made there, but he wasn't even smart enough to do it on his own.
Yep.
My man just ran in circles for no reason.
Yes, he would make one believe he swatted out to go to the next one, but none of them logically followed.
I mean, we did have my.
Like you asked him a
job.
question about okay, can you prove that the statute of limitation was changed just so that they could get after Trump? And when he knew he couldn't prove that and he had no evidence or talking point for it, he moved on to the 34 felonies and specific. What was that for? Falsifying business documents, right?
Yep.
And he moved on to that because he knew he couldn't prove the other point. So it's so obvious. And then he does.
Bro,
He
these
literally
people-
said, "What about Biden?" Like, oh my god.
It's not a whataboutism. What about Biden?
These
Like,
people
come
literally
on,
suck
please.
Trump's dick so hard, bro. They
What?
suck it so hard. They suck Trump's dick so hard. It's wild. I don't understand.
Oh, it's insane, bro.
Yep.
Oh, you guys are not aware that they
They
keep
don't
calling,
care about women
Donald Trump their daddy, right?
Indian born and raised in Alabama. Very glad to vote Kamala. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Pizza Guy. I didn't mean to say it like that. Please look live. Please donate. I need money. I need money. Okay. Hispanic born and raised here in San Antonio, Texas. Very glad to vote for Trump. I don't. Okay.
I guarantee you.
Why
I'll
do
say
people?
that to
I
your
don't.
face, man.
Nobody
He's in
like
the
ever,
comments
nobody in
talking
the
shit.
Democrats like ever does that. Just like black and
I'm not
voted for
even
Kamala
Democrat.
Harris. Scratch, you need a damn job. But lol, not this one. This is not my job. I don't make that. I make like no money off of this. I'm just
I'm in
asking
Texas,
that. I just
dog.
asking for the time I do spend this that people, and if they're
Just name a
enjoying
place.
it, that they hopefully like compensate me.
Name a
somehow,
place?
give me money, but you don't have to. It's completely voluntary.
Nobody's buying your Patreon. Sorry.
Like my man,
That's
I'll
not
drop
true.
my
I haven't
address.
checked my Patreon. One of these wonderful audience members bought my Patreon. I know it happened today.
In exchange for what, you don't produce any content on YouTube.
Why do you keep putting the same thing? If you haven't done anything to add, go away. We get you're glad you voted for him. What do you want? A cookie, applause, of praise.
What the heck? Why are they so triggered? What the heck? No one's embarrassed. I'll meet you at the park. What is this? High
What?
school? It's high school?
Bro, what's wrong with that MAGA guy, bro?
Trumpers identify with Trump's ignorance.
Hey, can I say something, guys? If
Like my
you
man.
if you
I
voted for
literally
Trump
fucking fight.
and you still think that Trump is doing good things for our country, like there's a mathematical proof that
You
he's
gave
not.
me a parking
Like,
lot.
You gotta
parking
look
lot.
at the national debt. Like, what has he done historically with the national debt, and what is he currently doing with the national debt? And since his term has started, he's already increased it over $1 trillion. Like, he was supposed to do the Doge cuts to reduce our national debt, and he dumped it all into the Pentagon.
That is
Like,
true.
you judge a system by its fruits, right? When you're trying to evaluate what a system does, you judge its output, not what they tell us a system is designed. You know, so he lies to us. Judge his
That's true.
output.
If you look at
His
if you look
output
at
is
Doge,
trash.
if you look at Doge, Doge has spent $126 billion going for
Straight to the
BBC, and
Pentagon.
they've only, according to the BBC, they've only saved about $8 billion. We've literally lost money on Doge. On top of that, and somebody said this: promises made, promises kept. Is that really true? He promised to balance the budget. He promised that we're going to be in a surplus, but the debt is continuing to go up, and on top of that, the deficit is going up more than it did last year. Right? He promised no new wars, but what does he do? He literally helps Israel start a war for Iran, and then goes and bombs Iran, and then is doing things like hitting like innocent civilian like fishing boats near Venezuelan coast. Right? Like all these promises he's made about peace, like ending the Russia-Ukraine war in day one. Every single time, failure after failure after failure. Like, how the fuck can you call this guy a success? Somebody who's kept his promises when he consistently fails on them.
Scratch. I've heard something really cool. It says precedent, action, outcome. And that's what you judge someone like that by. What did he say he was going to do? What did he physically do? And then you can predict what's going to happen, right? It's a pretty simple, and that's how math works,
That
right?
money was already spent, dumbass. Bro, that money was not spent. The $126 billion from Doge that wasn't spent. ICE going over budget, that wasn't already spent. Adding more to ICE's and DHS's budget, and if you look at the continuing resolution, and if you look at the big beautiful bill, they're going to continue to raise. The national debt.
And
if I can see that
CBDCs,
all
the
the deficit
infrastructure for
going up currently
CBDCs.
is because of money allocated prior to this. You have to concede that even then, the money that's projected to be spent in the future, that's still going to increase the national debt.
I want to say something. So also, the big beautiful bill held the infrastructure, the skeleton for the central bank digital currencies. So right now, we froze recently all that money in Russia. So people don't want to use our petrodollar, and we have to stabilize the price of oil through military. Like that's literally tied to the petrodollar. So our currency is crashing. There's a 100-year contract from Britain on like oil reserves in Saudi Arabia that's going to run out, right? So they helped them drill the oil and they had the rights for 100 years. That's about to run out. Our petrodollar is going to crash, and they're going to incite this on purpose so that they can force us to use a central bank digital currency, which is fully programmable, that will be able to take your money as soon as you get paid. They'll be able to put time limits on money that you get. They're essentially going to completely digitize the corruption of the Federal Reserve, and we won't even be able to
Wait. Corruption of the Federal Reserve, what?
That's funny, bro. Come on.
What do you mean?
The Federal Reserve is in of itself the corruption of value of labor.
How is it corruption?
The Federal Reserve prints interest-bearing bonds out of nothing, ex nihilo. So our economy
that's not the Fed. That's the Treasury. Actually, the Fed just prints.
Buddy,
just buy the
so
Fed.
there's a-
No, the Fed. The Fed buys bonds off the open market, and in doing so, prints more.
The Fed
prints more
sells bonds for profit on the open market. Absolutely. So if you want to argue about semantics about the function
But
of
once
our
again,
Federal
like I don't know
Reserve,
how is the
Absolutely.
Treasury creating bonds corruption? That's completely under
So
the
look,
jurisdiction.
you have so do you understand what wealth is? I'm sorry. Like, I feel like we should agree on some things, but I don't think you have a grasp of what physical wealth is. When you say someone is wealthy, what are you defining?
When you say someone's wealthy, probably just go off of like their
No, there's a definition.
Go
to
off of like
wealth.
their net
I'm asking
assets.
you
So
what it
like
is.
what you'd have like liquid
John
and
Locke.
illiquid, and you'd estimate like, okay, what's the value of these illiquid
No,
assets,
so
and you
that's-
could like come,
that's
and then you
close.
could come to their net worth or how wealthy
So-
they are. Yeah.
So wealth historically was defined by John Locke as when a man combines his physical labor with the raw materials of the earth. A house, a car, something physical worth value is created, right?
Well, I
So
disagree with John Locke's definition. Then, yeah.
it doesn't matter, bro. So the
It
things
does.
that
I don't
you
have
purchase,
to agree with John Locke's
so
definition.
so if something does not produce physical wealth, then it extracts the value of the productive labor of the working class, dude. So yes, labor is required for, like, I'm not arguing you. That's not even an arguable definition. Wealth is the physical thing that we spend money on, right? Wealth is the end game. If you have a shit ton of money, you have a shit ton of promise on debt. You have nothing but paper. Wealth is the physical thing, the house, the mansion that you want to get. That is
That's
what
not true.
accrues
Like, what if you no, sorry, I just completely disagree.
Bro, stocks are worthless.
No,
All of those things
that's
are
actually not
given
true. In fact,
money
like a
value
mansion,
by
sorry,
society.
look,
Have you heard of
there's
the
a reason
three
we call
phases of
there's a
labor?
reason we call assets or things liquid or non-liquid, right? Like if you have $100 million like US dollars in cash or like sitting in bank deposits, you have way more, like you can use that way easier to buy certain goods
But
and
it's
services
worthless.
rather than having
If the
$100 million
have
mansion.
nothing.
One of those is
If you have
actually
a house,
one of those is
that is
actually
going to
more
retain
useful and
value.
easy to use in an economy than the other. Yeah.
No, man. So you look, you can mathematically deduce the amount of physical things in our economy, right? So the more value that Wall Street strips out of it when they print money and introduce new dollar bills into the system, it devalues the labor of the working class.
Not necessarily.
This is-
No,
bro,
not,
have you
not
heard of the
necessarily.
Austrian School of
If
Economics? Like, these are simple mathematical principles. I don't know why we're arguing over
sorry,
this.
this is just like a really basic. This is
Why
what I'm
are you
saying.
being so loud?
If GDP continues to go up as you print more money, which it has, and you're not going to see
So
inflation.
you can't even use the GDP. What about hedonistic adjustments? Like, they manipulate these numbers. You're arguing against
How
Trump,
do like
but
you can
you're
look at real
supporting the
GDP? It's
slavery system
okay,
he
do you want to
uses.
let real GDP is continue to increase? What do you want to talk about? We can control it for inflation.
Bro, you're
This is like
you're
so. But if we
repeating
have wait, this is
propaganda.
basic econ
You're
101.
repeating government
If we have
propaganda.
this is not
Like,
government
you think
propaganda.
I
This is
don't
literally how
understand
this is
these
how the system
principles?
works. If I have
No.
sorry, if I have one apple,
It doesn't
the
mean
apple
the system is
and the
right,
apple
bro.
wait, if I have one apple in the economy and the apple costs $1 and I print another dollar,
Bro,
and I
okay,
print
so
and I print another
explain to
dollar,
me
but I
the
don't make another
equation-
apple,
The
then
equation
the apple.
of exchange
Sorry,
they
can I
teach
finish?
in college, bro. The equation of exchange. Explain that to me.
Then the apple. Can I finish?
No, bro. Like, what are you
Okay,
talking about?
I'm just gonna.
I
It's
don't
my
wanna hear
life.
your
I'm just
stupid
gonna
analogy,
finish your
bro.
point.
Like, you're disagreeing with
I'm just
me
gonna-
on
I'm just
basic
gonna-
math. It's not an argument. It's a factual
gonna
thing.
finish- I'm
I'm
just
trying
gonna-
to educate you about something, and you're completely
I'm just gonna
disregarding what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna finish that dollar, right? That dollar has been devalued. The apple's gonna cost $2 now. But at the same time that I make another dollar, if I print as I print another dollar, I can produce another apple. Then the price or the dollar or the value of that dollar has not devalued. It stayed the same. Which is why, right, as we print more money and we invest that money back into the economy, which allows us to increase GDP, we don't actually see inflation go up due to money printing. It's like, this is very basic econ.
No, look, dude, there's something called the Cantillon effect, and that means the people who receive the dollars from inflation are shielded from it, because inflation is the act of them spending that new money in the marketplace. So the
That's
producers,
not
the working
true.
class.
Inflation is this is like, oh my god, I don't know, like what combination of like fucking what combination of like retard Austrian and fucking dumbass Marxism is this? Like how you like weirdly define fucking wealth by Locke and then define inflation. Inflation,
and that's introduced when they purchase
inflation is merely the price of goods going up over a given period of time. That's what inflation is.
No, bro, inflation is the increase of the physical dollars in the currency.
That is not true. The increase of physical dollars doesn't necessarily That's not how how is the CPI measured?
Guess what? You're literally
Wait, how is the CPI measured?
You're literally quoting Trump's talking
What is the consumer price index? Can you explain to me how is the consumer price? How is the consumer price?
I got a question for him.
How is this? Wait, how is the CPI measured?
Support freedom, bro. You're
how is the CPI measured?
I got a question.
What a dumbass! What? These people actually know nothing about econ.
Does he know anything about econ? Like, does he know that?
No, obviously not. Who defined fucking money printing is inflation? What? That's so dumb. No measure of inflation is measured like that. It's always the increase of a price of goods compared to like a different time.
Okay, but to be fair, did he mean that printing money can cause inflation, not that?
No, he literally just said no.
He
disagreed with my definition and then said money printing itself is inflation.
Okay, no. I think he said it wrong.
I said inflation is the price of goods going up over a certain period of time, and he said no, inflation is money printing. He disagreed with my definition.
I think he was just in the middle of like semi-emotional and not getting the thought out properly.
No, he was being dumb. He doesn't know anything about econ.
Why was he screaming?
I mean, it's hard to have a conversation with people that basically go and just become emotional about it. You could just like agree to disagree at the end of the day and just move on. But
I don't want to talk about people who don't know anything about econ. Like these like people who are super anti-Fed. I don't understand. The Fed is just like a tool we use to regulate monetary policy. It's not like
that's why
institution.
Well, what do you? I want to.
He's a muscle, bro. That's why.
Well, I mean, like forgetting about him in general. Like, I just want to ask you, like, what is your take on the petrodollar?
On the Federal
what's
Reserve?
happening with it?
I don't know. On the petrodollar?
Yeah.
I don't like. What's the current situation with it? Is it?
No. I mean, like, on what he stated. Like, where's your stance on what he stated about the petrodollar?
I don't think the stance is like correct. From my understanding, people tried to move off the petrodollar, specifically India and China, and they actually eventually moved back to using USD in the SWIFT banking system for international deals. So it seems like the petrodollar as it stands is going to be fine. I don't think Trump's going to like massively do anything to it.
Okay. But the devaluation of the U.S. dollar and so forth, and along with the contract of the petrodollar that was mentioned.
I think inflation is something that like we're going to have at like a certain level, and then like the devaluation or hyperinflation we saw recently of a couple years ago was due to supply not being able to keep up, not increasing and like printing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we rest that case. I mean, when it comes down to it, I'd have to do a little bit of research on what he was stating. So I'm not going to sit here and say that like I agree with it.
People he literally couldn't understand. Like, okay, well, obviously the price of goods aren't going to go up if we print $1 at the same. If there's an apple in the economy, an apple costs $1, and we print $1 and we make another apple, then the dollar has retained the same values it had before.
Right, it's only when you print more than the actual supply, right?
Yes, exactly. And it was like, no, this isn't right. He was literally just disagreeing with like a fundamental principle of like how this shit works.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with you on that. That's just Econ 101. As far as where is Musk?
Working out.
Oh, he's working out. Oh, okay. Dude, I wanted to come up and say hi. That's why I
I'm
saw
ready
you
to
up,
cook
bro.
you, little guy. Gotta go relearn how to play. It's reserves' fault, but the euro and yen are going up. Thomas, you can't argue about the bank if you don't know what the bank is. Was that the guy who was here before?
Yeah, I think he was talking to the guy before. Yeah.
Yeah, the Q said.
I love how we were agreeing at first, and I was like, actually, I don't agree if you're taking a Federal Reserve, and then broke out all like pissed off.
I mean, it's just unnecessary to go down like the emotional path. You could be passionate, but you know, you gotta learn how to measure it when you're having a discussion.
I'm not gonna. I think there's just a lot of people who are really anti-Federal Reserve and like anti-fiat currency, because there's a bunch of like grifters on fucking YouTube and like all these platforms who are trying to like sell them their fucking gold at like a marked up price, and they're doing it by saying like fiat currencies are like the death of America.
I mean, there's different stances behind it, but when it comes down to it, Donald Trump is not helping our cause whatsoever, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Donald Trump wants to abuse the Federal Reserve to like help him politically. I don't think he has a principled stance on like whether fiat currency is a good thing or not. I think he just wants to use the Federal Reserve to like massively lower interest rates and then like increase
To benefit himself. It's all,
the amount the M2, so that there's more money going to the economy, and so it feels, so that we see like a sharp increase in like GDP.
Sort of to make himself look good, but at the same time, yeah, it's a short-term endeavor.
Yeah,
If
so
he
it's
even
just
pulls
gonna,
it off.
once again, I think he would do it to the point where it would outpace our production, and we start to see inflation caused by overprinting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not gonna lie, I don't even think he's gonna live past this year.
Could be.
With
We got major health concerns. Scratch is like Jamie Foxx and Brent and Bama fan.
So what do you
with
think of the
Samuel Jackson?
Yeah, the last thing I'll ask you about Scratch
Who's
is what do you
Jamie
think about the?
Foxx?
I don't know Jamie. I know who Jamie Foxx is technically. Like, isn't it an actor actress?
I think that's yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, Django.
Yeah, like comedian actor. Yeah, he had his own TV talk show. Jamie Foxx, singer. Yeah.
Scratch
I don't
is
think
like
that's what he's talking about.
And Bama fan is.
I know Jamie Foxx. Yeah, like that's made a multitude of movies, and he had his own like what is it, like Martin style show like back in the 90s.
Yeah, called the Jamie Foxx Show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh damn, bro! Thank you for the compliment. Okay. I am exactly like Jamie Foxx actually.
Kayla, I'm kind of old, so I am from the 90s.
I count 2 guns. I'll count 6 shots.
He's a main actor of Bojangles, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the ceasefire situation, bro?
Me?
Oh, he just went to shit very fast.
Yeah. That was kind of hilarious. I'm like, I don't mean hilarious in a good way. I mean hilarious in the sense of like when people thought it was a peace deal, and I'm like, no, it's not a peace deal. It's a ceasefire.
True. I'm gonna have to cease fire on this live and get an end. Buy YouTube chat, subscribe, like, pay me. Go to my bio. Become a paid member on my Patreon. Okay, please. I need money. I want money. Okay.